Alright, I've done a little bit of cutting and a little refining to this bracket right here. I also had to notch the bracket in two places to allow for our backlights to get plugged in. So really all that's left to do now is to kind of get the gauge centered up in the little pod, in the little pocket, and mark the holes. You know, I've drilled these holes out, marked the holes on this bracket and these brackets over here. Take them off, take them outside, and drill those holes, and then the mounting will be finished, and we can come in here and do a little more refining to all of our brackets, kind of cut off a little bit of the excess, you know, here and there, and get it all nice and looking good. So let me get this centered up. I'll mark these holes, and we'll come back and I'll get some of these brackets cleaned up, and then we'll move on to the next part of this project. Alright, we got the speedometer gauge bolted down, and like I said, got a few little kind of rough areas to clean up, cut off some of this excess, and polish these up a little bit more, and clean up the edges. But I just wanted to show you real quick. Let me flip this over and show you the front side. Hopefully I can get it out of the glare. Still need a little bit of tweaking. They're not super perfect, but I did drill, you know, all of these holes for every gauge. I drilled them out larger than they need to be so that I can adjust them and get them nice and level and centered in the holes and everything like that. But there we go. Basically how it looks. And so, like I said, I'll get this some of this stuff back here cleaned up, and then we'll move on to the next part. Well, I came back here and I took all these little pieces off, took them outside, cut off the excess that was hanging over, just kind of cleaned everything up. And before I'm, you know, officially finally done with this, I'm going to take all of these pieces off and take them outside and kind of clean them up, put some sandpaper to them, really get some of the rough edges off. But for now, they're just fine. So like I've been saying, we're ready to move on to the next step. And the next step is this piece right here. And I think I alluded to this, I believe it was part 14 of this video series. But this is the next piece we need to deal with, and this is the actual backing that had the factory gauges in there, and this actually mounts to the dash, and then your bezel piece mounts to this. So let me go out and I'll take it out to the truck and kind of show you what I mean. Alright, so we're inside the truck here, and this plastic bezel piece actually slides in here like this. And you can kind of see, well, that sucks. I do have a broken little piece there, but okay, so the rest of this is still in good shape. I just noticed that. But this is the new one that I bought on eBay, and I got wires and stuff hanging out, so it's not fitting in there just super perfectly, but it will fit in there. Anyway, it mounts up. You can see the mounting holes back here, and it utilizes these little clips. And for the life of me, I can't remember what these are called. So if you know what these little clips are called, post it up in the comment section. But they go in here. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera around. I only got two hands. They go in here and they just kind of slide on in there, kind of like this. Okay, so I'm not going to slide it on all the way because I don't think this is the right one for this. But basically, you put your little screw in there. Your screw goes through that hole and then into that, and that's what affixes this plastic piece to the dash. So basically what we have to do now is, with those new gauges, we're going to have to cut out a lot of this back structure here, and really all we kind of want is the perimeter. Now I'm not going to go in here and just chop it all out, but we do need this piece to mount our bezel back to the dash of the truck.